Construction material costs have once again gone completely out of control. 7/16 OSB. $22.65. Structural wall sheathing that I call cardboard. This is the crap I'm pretty sure my house is made out of. $18.51 for cardboard. Zip system. So expensive, I couldn't even afford a full sheet. $36.50 a sheet. So these are the three systems you typically see around here in North Texas. We have our OSB wall sheathings. You see a lot on the multifamily units. They put a Tyvek on the outside to make that weather tight. Thermoply structural sheathing. Every new home I'm seeing in these tract home complexes are using this stuff. The custom builders around here tend to utilize this zip system. 7/16 inch weatherproof membrane. We chose none of those three. The question is, has anybody durability tested them before? What do we learn? You can run through that, you can throw a stake through that. This one, even with that stake hitting dead on, it just got through the membrane. Now what practical knowledge did we actually gain? Absolutely nothing. She just wanted to hit something with a bat.
Bye.
She's actually got a neighborhood softball game starting in a minute. We gotta go. Now, when it came to building this 40 by 50 dream shop, we had never done anything like this before, so we quoted out the building. It came back at over $300,000. That wasn't even remotely a possibility, so the only way to do this was to do it myself. And every piece of material we do buy for the building, we have to be careful with how much we're spending. And luckily, I bought this at just the right time, which is what we're using for our wall sheathing, the Georgia Pacific force field. And if I bought it today versus a few weeks ago, I would be paying $800 more for this exact stack that I'm standing on. And we got a little bit of a head start on our wall sheathing in our last video. I wanted to see if this was doable, tackling it myself. And if budgets weren't much of a concern, we would probably go with the zip system. It's a very well proven system used by a lot of really good builders. The difference between the two is the zip system has pretty much a blended molded membrane, and this is a glued on weather barrier. The best part of this, I bought this at $16 a sheet, which it is no longer. So without further ado, guys, we got our pallet of sheathing. Let's get the party started. The wind's gotten absolutely ridiculous, as it always is every weekend. It's beautiful all week long. It's just the weekends that just throw a curveball onto everything we're trying to do. Also, in terms of curveballs, my wife had to run out for a girls' date apparently. We're calling it quits for today. This is the reality of DIY. We don't have the work week, we just have the weekends. We do as much as we can throughout the weekends, and it looks really cool having a solid wall. I actually kind of like the gray. I'm kind of happy it's gray, not green. All right, guys, I had an idea last night, and it might be a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So we're gonna paint a row of this 7/16 OSB, a strip all the way across the back of the shop. We'll add some elements and designs to it. Reason being, this is gonna be pretty visible for a little while, and I think it'd be cool to have a little bit of a backdrop with some color. Why? I don't know. Felt like it. Finally, guys, we got a full wall. Everything's taped, everything is set. It's pretty much done. Except for the whole brick part. That's gonna be a little bit of a work. Force field seam tape. This stuff, you start at the bottom and then work your way up where the water will go down and then out the weep holes with our moisture water barrier flashing poly, whatever this is called. So I haven't found the actual term. I asked you guys, but everybody came back with different terms. That's here nor there. So we are on to the back side now, which is going to be incredibly difficult. I don't know yet how I'm gonna get up that high with these 4x8 sheets. We'll figure that out. And if you guys are enjoying the videos in this dream shop build, do me a huge favor, scroll down and hit that subscribe button below, because for today and today only, it's absolutely free. I'm just kidding, it's always free. Join the family in Ohana. Well guys, it's approximately 1:30 p.m. What's today? April 8th. Now April 8th is a day of the solar eclipse, and we live in an area where we will have a totality eclipse, whatever that means. So that sun will be covered up by the moon completely in the next like 15 minutes or so. So everybody at work stopped working to go outside and watch the eclipse. I figured this would be a perfect opportunity to actually just do some work on the shop. We've gotten our sheets across the bottom section. This has to be dead straight. If you do that, every single row after that comes a lot easier. But look at this lighting. This is so eerie. Oh wow, it's getting darker. That's weird. Well, it's 1:40 p.m. in the afternoon. And isn't this an amazing sight? Once in a millennia event, a man that lives in an HOA builds a dream shop. That is wild. Look at this. It's the middle of the day right now. All right, someone's turning the lights back on. That was cool. And the sun's back. I need to fill this hole. So my 6-year-old thought it was funny to dig a hole back here when there was a bunch of sand, and now it's like a 2-foot hole. I've fallen in that like 6 times today. I need to fill that. All right, coming in here, check for, looking for shiners in here. Good, 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 good. Good. So I run in here every once in a while to check for the ones that miss the studs, because these nails kind of just go everywhere. Because the nails we're using have these like little grooves in them, so they don't ever pull out, but that makes it so where they're not as strong, they actually bend and twist. And I typically will go across the bottom, nail down the center, and that kind of flattens the sheath out. And then I go bottom up to kind of like straighten it and massage it out. But the reason I came back here is I'm out of the battery. It's not bad actually. fun batteries done all these. So we gotta hurry because for some reason Texas weather hates my shop. We have another thunderstorm rolling in, a severe one. This has been back to back to back to back every single week. I think we're in for another ride tonight. I just can't win with this weather. This is wild. There's a shop in there somewhere.
Get your address, please, and see if I can get you set up with an in-home sales consultation.
It's okay, so you can't do the full window?
I can't, no.
Okay.
Okay.
It's been a nightmare trying to get these windows.
I'm gonna put in here.
Home Depot had them. Lowe's had them. When I went to go buy them, they both like discontinued them
Fingers.
simultaneously. Lowe's had them for a minute, bought them, went all the way down there. They couldn't find them. So now I'm on the phone with the manufacturer that built the windows.
Okay, so again, is there a day or time?
That was Pella. Super nice, but they have to have someone to come out here to quote me on 3 windows that should be $120 each, which is what Lowe's was selling them at. These are 118 bucks. They're insulated. Even though it says the Lowe's 15 miles away from me has 9 of them, they actually don't exist. There's nothing like an Aloha Friday, guys. There's nothing like an Aloha Friday on a beautiful day in a day time 2, hour 2. It's time to work on the shop again. We had some of the strongest winds that this shop has ever seen, and I'm happy to report everything that's on the shop is still attached to the shop and hasn't left. However, can't say the same thing for the basketball hoop there. In preparation for the storm, I actually put the hoop down on the grass to make sure it wouldn't blow down. We had straight line winds so strong, it actually blew the hoop up and then completely over on top of itself, and it hit so hard it actually chipped my concrete in multiple spots, which I'm very upset about. It is what it is. Shop survived, and we have our epic Lonestar Hawaiian sets of 11 on the wall behind all the studs, which technically was a waste of time, but I think it's really cool. So we did it anyways. But it is now time to sheathe above this 8-foot mark. And this is gonna get difficult because on the back side of this shop, there's really nowhere to put this scaffolding. If you remember back several months ago, we brought in a ton of select fill, which helped us taper this down quite a bit better, but it is still tapered. I'm not sure just yet because we gotta get all the way to the top of that with 50-pound 4x8 sheets of OSB. Whoops, not sure when you guys fell over, but I got some good news. I have a deck. I'm actually really excited about this because I've been racking my brain trying to figure out how I'm gonna be working back here because we gotta get 22 feet up to that peak, and we're gonna need to get up there with brick as well when the time comes. But now we got my dad, Mr. Sarge, Brother Sarge, helping out today. This is solid. So what this is going to allow us to do is roll the scaffolding back and forth so we can use the scaffolding we already have. And it's just wide enough where we can lock the wheels down and get up as high as we need to go. I'm going to go ahead and close off the windows because the fun we've been having on finding those windows, found them. We just got to wait several weeks to get them. We're going to go ahead and sheathe this entire wall. And then when the windows are here, we'll cut out that hole, put the window in. Let's get the party started. Also, I forgot to mention, those of you who have been reaching out saying you're gonna get me some new gloves because mine are hilariously torn to bits. I have new gloves, don't worry. I'm just continuing to wear these. We're gonna see how far I can get with one pair of gloves because these are the same gloves. We have all the roof sheathing, all the asphalt shingles, now the siding. Let's see how far we can get these gloves. Mechanics for the win, let's go. This thing's not light. All right, here we go. that is a big gray building. Well, that's the shape of it. There's 3 windows in there somewhere, don't worry. Whew, that's a nice Corvette. Hey, look, a Mustang. Hey, are you just collecting rocks?
Yeah.
Where are you putting them? We knocked out so much today. My goodness, I was actually terrified just thinking through how in the world I was gonna get up 20 feet with these 4x8 sheets. And we know my relationship with this weather. So we knew it was gonna be a bad weather-ish day. We had 25-mile-an-hour winds going in a direction opposite of what we would like. So we were being blown off the building, but we figured it out. Got your rocks? Whoa, that's cool. Dad, thank you for your help. My goodness, we got a ton done. Apologies for the sore back tomorrow. Yeah. So we've got the entire back pretty much done. When the windows come in, I actually bought a router tool, so we will go out with the router and cut those window openings. We have the windows on order. Whew. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for tonight. See you guys back again in 3, 2, 1. That goes in here now, I'll tell you that much. All right, we got our force field seam tape to finish up this east side. Tape up all of our seams. We're gonna start from the bottom, work our way up, and then we got a storm rolling in about 2 hours because it's Texas in spring. You get the point. Let's just fast forward to the end. $30,000. I kid you not, $30,000 is the quote that I just got for filling that space up with a door. The original plan of this building was to do a traditional chain hoist, roll up overhead door. I figured that'd be the cheapest and easiest. It's turning out not to be that way because I don't want a storage unit looking door that doesn't seal at all. In order to get a decent looking door with flat slats, 30 grand is what I was just told. Now I did also have them quote me for a very standard roll up door like you would typically see on a storage unit. I think it's called the 2500 series. That option lands around $3,500, $3,600. So it is significantly cheaper than $30,000, but it's the standard corrugated steel, not insulated. Given this side of the building faces west, the summer times over here would get intense with a 14 by 14 space with zero insulation, metal. I think a traditional garage door might be my solution, but we need to make some measurements and make sure. Yeah, look at those doors. Well, if you saw the last video, you saw this house, and we're back again because he just got his garage doors installed. Coincidentally, while I'm looking to see what the heck I'm doing with my garage doors, and I really like them. They look so good. So he has full insulated doors. These are 18 feet wide, 8 feet in height, and he actually only paid like $3,500 a piece installed. This actually might be cheaper than the route I'm trying to go. There it is. Oh, that's gonna be nice with your windows up front. Your window's right there.
Cool.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
So what do you think, guys? Should we go with the windows? I really like the windows and the door. That looks really clean. And I think for mine, what I can actually do is the tracks that are above the door. Final plan is to paint the ceiling black. So I could paint the tracks black and it would actually blend into the ceiling where they don't stand out. I think I'm gonna go with the regular garage door, guys. An insulated door, windows, and I'm not paying 30 grand for a door, and it actually seals. And they're painting the brick white? Yep. And then the trim's going black? Yes. It's gonna look good. The last time I was here was the last time you guys were here technically. You can see all the way up to the top with the spray and insulation up along the inside of the roof line. They got drywall now and a lot of canister lights. This guy's putting in work. I think we just about got it figured out. We are gonna go with a traditional sectional garage door, which goes completely against the original plans. And the reason for that mostly is this building faces west. The west side of a building in the state of Texas, especially during the summer, gets incredibly hot. And all the plans I have for insulation on the inside, none of that will matter if I have a 14 by 14 door just radiating in heat all summer long. The only downside being I gotta deal with tracks hanging from the ceiling. And I have a few guys pricing me out some options because the only thing I'm trying to figure out is how close I can get to the ceiling for those tracks. Stop shaking. Because I want those tracks to run as close to these purlins as possible. But they also have some overhead space requirements, which both of these indicate. This is 13 feet tall, this is 14 feet tall. If I can fit a 14-foot tall garage door, and it's all these details I'm still trying to work out so I can frame this dang thing. We can have a garage door frame and then sheathe the whole front. And hopefully in the next 24, 48, 72 hours, I'll have some details back on that garage door. The difficult part is I work all day, and by the time I'm done with work, most of these companies are out for the day. So like it's trying to find them during lunch hour and things like that. That's becoming the difficult part of this project. Every wall that goes up, every little thing that gets bolted to this structure, this place looks bigger and bigger. I am so excited to have this space. This is so cool. Just sit here and look. I love this, and I can't thank you guys enough for the support. Thank you for watching these videos and for the patience, for the time in between those videos. I know you guys want more updates. Trust me, I want more time to give you guys the updates, but we're using every little second we have of free time on this building. It will catch you guys in a few days for our next video. Back here working on our dream shop. Until then, as always, y'all take care. Ahui ho. Aloha.
I told you guys a long time ago, Mommy's go, how'd you learn how to do this? I was born poor.
If it broke, we better go fix it, because if not, we no longer have it. Indeed.